Hello, 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 everyone. It's me, your girl, the avatar, Sugar and Spice. And today I'm super jacked on coffee. So I got woken up at like 6 a.m. so that I could talk to you all about sex. Um, so that's kind of a heavy topic, but it is universal, and a lot of people participate in it or whatever. And the Akashic Records had some tea to spill. It just is what it is. There was a lot of tea. Um, Sorry, I've been gone for like 3 weeks, but I'm a Gemini. What I lack in consistency, I make up for by not oversaturating you just to hear my own voice. So when I do upload something, always know that it's going to be full of truth, and it's just going to be full of some hardcore wisdom that we need to elevate ourselves and, challenge ourselves and our growth and our value system. So today I'm going to talk to, to all of you guys, but mostly to the sexually active followers that I've got going on. And I don't judge, gender, sexual orientation, etc., etc. So we're going to talk about all of that today. And also, because I'm super hype on coffee, I'm probably going to record another video right after this. Anyway, so as always, if you don't know about the Akashic Records, I'm going to link below an interview I did with them. I am a tarot practitioner as well as an Akashic Records practitioner. And the Akashic Records are referenced in a lot of Bibles as the Book of Life. So essentially, it's a huge database stored on the reverse side of your heart, where you can just kind of Google search all your past lives and be like, yo, what's going on? Why can't I deal with this? And then boop, the data comes out and there it is. Anyway, so I channeled the Akashic Records kind of in a Q&A session. So if you see me looking off to the side, it's because I'm reading straight off my notes, because I only present the information exactly as it's dictated to me, because I will fuck up if given the chance. But I'm not given the chance, so that's what's good about it. Great. So without further ado, the first question is, what is the purpose of sex? I was expecting to get like when a mommy lion and a daddy lion love each other very much. But no, I got something totally different and way more valuable than that. So, what is the purpose of sex? The purpose of sex is to procreate and birth new evolutionary circumstances for those involved within a sexual exchange. The purpose of sex goes much more deep than creating new human life in the physical sense, i.e., making a baby. Every act of sexual exchange has within it embedded the purpose of creating new energetic environments and relationships designed to test and stretch the soul into its highest expression. You may not create a human baby every time you indulge in sex, but you are creating a new direction for your soul path every time. Many epiphanies have been reached via orgasm, as well as many evils have been committed to human and light bodies as a result of the lack of understanding that human beings have for sex. Sex is not inherently shameful. It is a tool for creation, to be held with as much sanctity as any other tool you would use for this purpose. Remember the Holy Trinity: Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Mind, body, spirit, thought, word, deed. Sex is the integration of all three components. The purpose of sexual exchange is first and foremost to create physical moments of joy, to be so joyful that it fills every cell of the body with the sensation of pleasure. This only becomes tainted when this joy is shameful or repressed. In sexual exchange, you create new desires, new challenges, new ideas, new personalities, and yes, new life too. In short, the purpose of sex is to joyfully participate in the delicious act of pure energetic creation. What you create from this sexual exchange depends on the state of mind, body, and spirit of the individuals participating in the sexual act. It is important to exchange energy with the best and clearest intentions to provide the best possible outcomes. I hope you're just as shook by that as I was, because tea. Number 2, is sex a sin? Should we stay away from it? Sex in itself is not inherently a sin. It is not wrong. It wouldn't be created at all if it were completely detrimental to the human experience. It doesn't exist in other dimensions and life beings, and for them, things go fine. As things would go fine for you if you truly understood the act and purpose of sex instead of spending most of your lives being ashamed and wronged for it. The drag. Sex is not something to shy away from, but with all good things, it is something to be very disciplined and cautious with. Everything good in life becomes bad when it is too much. Everything that is bad becomes good if enough people do it, accept it, and do so for a long time. When it comes to sex as an act of pleasure and joy, no, it is not a sin, and yes, it should be enjoyed because it was created to be a moment of joy shared between two people. It becomes perverted and disfigured from its original purity when the intent becomes to harm, hurt, or overpower another life. When sex is acted on with no respect for the laws of nature and with no mindfulness, with utter abandon of integrity and the magic of intimacy, then this is when it becomes detrimental to the direction that humanity claims to want to move in. If you truly want a world of peace, abundance, and respect, then it must start at an individual level. Discipline your sexual encounters. Indulge only with clear intention, and the clearest intention is always the highest, most godly intention you could use for your life at the moment. For example, if what you desire most of right now is clarity and answers, it is permissible to discuss this with a partner you trust whom might help you achieve total clarity in the trance of sexual activities. There are many other tools of creation to achieve clarity, but if sexual exchange is what you feel best serves this need for answers, it is permissible to set this intention and enjoy your lover in every moment of beautiful togetherness. Everything, I've said it before, and I have a whole separate video about it. Everything you do in life is a ritual and can become a ritual, including sex. So, there's the tea. 3, are there any spiritual consequences of frequent or diverse sexual encounters when love is absent? What I was saying is casual sex, basically. Are there any consequences to casual sex is what I'm asking. For the hoes out there, I need to know. Yes. As there are consequences for any action taken at all, so too does it occur with sexual exchange in the absence of emotional investment. It may affect men and women differently. For women, it depletes them of what makes them miraculous beings to begin with, which is their power. Women sit in their fullest power when they are a whole being, choosy in their partnerships, be it friend or foe. They are decisive and in control of their destiny. When women give their sexual energy freely, many find themselves with confidence and compassion depleting over time. It is replaced with jadedness, anxiety, and even anger or jealousy. That is because the soul of a woman knows it is owed payment. To give of yourself freely without proper payment from a sexual partner leaves the soul feeling disturbed, like the world is unjust, and results to negative energy sitting in the tummy and in the womb space. For men, it depletes them of their motivation and individual ambition. They become slaves to their own instant gratification. They lose respect for human life at all levels and become savage animals, feeling that someone else is always out to beat them to their aspirations in life, when really they are anxious because they become accustomed to wanting what they want and having it with minimal effort. And then, because they cannot control their destinies, they disrespect the bodies and lives of women, attempting to control the women instead. They enjoy women so much and so freely, and then grow to resent them for giving themselves to them. They become utterly disgusted with the feminine energy of the world and in their own lives, because deep down, at a soul level, they know sexual exchange is not supposed to be this easy or frequent. It becomes a vicious cycle of who hurts who the most. Either way, it disadvantages all genders. Men prefer to learn the hard way. They prefer to work and prove themselves, so women would do well to allow them to rise to the occasion. Men possessed with the instantaneous and easy gratification has caused man as a whole to lose his moral compass and authority. Man becomes lost and tries to control all that which is not his to control to begin with. That was really heavy. So basically, not to slut shame anybody or anything at all, because I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but there was several points made here when, and I think it can be applicable to all genders, when we lose ourselves in instant gratification and when we rob, people, I'm going to call them active partners, not masculine, when we rob our active partners of the chase, or really just allowing them to show us their best, then it just kind of clashes and it just kind of doesn't work. So either way, that answer really helped me look at my own life and my own sexual encounters in my life as what they were. So I hope that helps you guys too. How are non-binary or trans people affected by casual sex? I had to get, my queer folk in there. Non-binary and trans people are all affected the same way. Whether they are active or receptive energy vessels, they too become victims of perpetual loss of vision and direction. Over time, they too begin to harbor resentment for life and the world at large. So, if you're a sexual being at all, this can all apply to you. So let's just be mindful of the sex we're having. It's not just about practicing safe sex as far as like condoms and getting STD checks. It's also just having the awareness of what happens to your spirit as you're engaging in the act, which is my whole intention with this video. They mentioned payments for the receptive energy. I wanted to know more about that, so I asked. What are some appropriate forms of payment for sexual exchange? Security, respect, protection, financial support, transportation, and shelter. A lot of men and women are going to argue, well, there's nothing wrong or nothing detrimental happening to my spirit because I chose to exchange my body for sexual release. The Akashic Records are like, that's not enough. Release is not enough of a reason to engage in the act. You know what I mean? Like the energy, the give and take has to be equal. So even if you are consciously choosing to give of yourself for free, you know what I mean? Your soul doesn't like that. Your soul feels gypped. It feels wronged. And that's why you start internalizing, well, everything that they just said, the anxiety, the jadedness, life isn't fair, etc., etc. So to combat that, exchange energy with people that make you feel safe, security, trust, loyalty, protection, financial support, transportation. Why are you having sex with someone that won't pick you up from the airport? Like what? And shelter, somebody that's going to shelter you in your times of vulnerability. If they can enjoy your physical body, they can also protect your physical body. So please keep that in mind. Have that intention. Any form of payment that is offered in sincerity, respect, and love may be accepted or rejected by the feminine or receptive energy. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to reject or accept payment as it comes. Anyway. 6. What are healthy, godly ways of enjoying sex? With love, compassion, attention to detail, and with sanctity. The purpose of sexual exchange is to create, so always be mindful of what experiences, thoughts, and feelings you are creating with a partner. Be respectful of their desires. Be unashamed of your desires. Be aware of your desires, and do not allow desire to control you and the decisions that you make. Create a loving, open environment for you to enjoy your lover sexually, spiritually, and emotionally. Devour each other's bodies with joy, with certainty, and complete trust in each other. Create opportunities for each other and for the collective. Curse, cry out, moan without fear and without guilt. So long as there is mutual trust and respect, sex is meant to be a sacred tool of higher existence. So long as all partners are on the same page, there is no reason to limit yourself in the sexual act. So long as the intentions are mutual and pure, so long as equal energy is received and given, then the act of sex becomes a miraculous, transformative tool of soul development. 7. What misconceptions about sex can we address and correct now? Gay sex is not wrong. Gay sexual or romantic desires are not wrong. The highest authority has no preference about who engages in sexual acts with who. The Creator concerns themselves with the actual act of sex. If the act is angry, if it is hateful or manipulative, then it becomes high treason. Not to God, but high treason to the individual being lost in pursuit of power. God does not condemn, but you as human beings constantly condemn yourselves by making choices that are disadvantageous to your goals. How do you want to be a successful and happy person while you are angrily forcing yourself into a woman who is exhausted of rejecting your offers and has lost her willpower to resist you any longer? We see this tragedy often, even in marriages. At this point, woman is losing herself to the negative energy absorbed from her angry and bitter partner. In turn, the bitter and angry partner slips further and further away from the happy and successful person they want to be. Whether your partner is of same gender, no gender, or opposite gender has no meaning or effect at all. What matters is the intent and the way you conduct yourself within the sexual arena. Always be mindful of what you are giving your partner and what you are receiving from them. There is no need to be ashamed of your sexual orientation. T. 8. What steps can we take to heal sexual trauma and subsequent energy imbalances? Cease sexual activity temporarily. Cease and respect your body with proper diet and exercise. Energetically, meditate on the sexual organs and plead for God to assist you in removing the disadvantageous energy. When God's help arrives, heed the advice. It may come in unexpected ways, such as crying, journaling, or even seeking therapy, but heed the advice when it comes, because it will come. You just have to make the choice to listen. Yoga and meditation can help, but sexual trauma must be released tangibly. Speaking about it, creating art from it, etc., is the most honest way to thoroughly balance yourselves again. Work on your root, sacral, and heart chakras if you have knowledge of the chakra systems. Seek professional help from spiritual advisors, counselors, therapists, and even artists. Every human being is an instrument for godly direction. You'll be surprised how much better you feel when you invite others into your healing journey, when you open yourself to receive assistance that you need versus the assistance you think you want. So essentially, that's kind of like, don't have any expectations at all when you're asking for help. Just allow the help to receive, because sometimes our foresight is too short for us to really understand the kind of help we need until it arrives. And then we're like, oh, I get it now. That's basically what it's saying. 9. Final word of guidance for all on the topic of sex. Indulge yourselves freely, holding every sexual act with sanctity and joy. Sex is not inherently shameful or bad. It is the way you are having sex, the attitude you all have towards sex, that makes it seem dark and sinful. By becoming more aware of your state of mind, body, and spirit, sex can elevate you into a new and better version of yourself every single time you engage in the act. This should be exciting and motivating to every individual who comes across this content. All should want to aspire to become the best versions of themselves and find partners of equal awareness who can then help shape and mold opportunities for the couple to elevate higher and higher. The miracles you can create together, the human life you are capable of creating, is all a holy miracle, a holy expression of what happens when two and even more come together in the pursuit of the same collective goodness. Sex is a minuscule demonstration of what humanity is capable of. Let me do that again. Sex is a minuscule demonstration of what humanity is capable of creating for themselves if only they had the proper awareness and support. For those who choose to engage in casual sex, you are not condemned, just delaying your own progression, confusing yourself in the process. Some souls need more time to accept celibacy as an act of discipline and acceleration towards their goals. If you are one of these souls, no further action is required. A life of casual sex is not sustainable and will be outgrown momentarily. Until then, we, the Akashic Records, will continuously send love and compassion to all sexual beings on the earth. May you have healthy, bountiful, loving, and joyous sexual experiences. Amen. And as I finished filming this, it is 5:55 p.m. So yeah, that's the final word of guidance. And I really hope it helped. I really wish that, I could channel this and film it at the same time, but it's just me. So if anybody wants to volunteer to film me the next time I'm in the Akashic Records, so I could do it live, that'd be super sick. But if not, that's okay, because I still got the information out there. And I hope it helped you guys understand sex as what it is, an act of creation, of creating human life, not just about creating human life as in a baby, yeah, but also creating your individual life with your partner from the energy that you're exchanging with each other. So I really hope you guys have a lot of happy sex and less angry sex, because rough sex and angry sex are not the same thing. you can have joyous, rough sex. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not trying to absorb that negative ass, angry energy. So don't touch me. If you're bitter, I am not the person to release near. So yeah, that's it. I'm also going to probably transcribe this into a blog post or a thread for those of you that like to read your information. I'm one of those people. But other than that, yeah, take my classes. I teach tarot. Book an Akashic session with me. They're super fun. I love doing it. It's like my new like thing, my new life purpose, my new passion. So let me go off on you. And yeah, book a reading. You know me, like help me pay my rent and stuff, because like your girl out here trying to do her best, but she also needs to live. So etc., etc. I hope it helped. Please share it. If there's anything you want to discuss further, please comment. Not necessarily for engagement, because like I'm not really trying to make this a big YouTube account, but I just want to know. Like I want to know the tea. I want to know what kind of thoughts and feelings are invoked within you as I discuss these topics and bring them to your awareness. I want to know how your mind works. Anyway, take care, everybody. I'm going to go film the next one and hopefully have both of these uploaded by the end of tonight. And please share it. Share it with the men in your life that low-key need to look at this. You know, no judgment, but like tea was spilled, you know, facts were spoken. Yeah, all right, I'm going to go. I'm super awkward at goodbye, so yeet.